Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asị m ka nke onye chiri ya zelu. Asị m ndị be anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa adịghị na anyị na mma, na anyị ga-adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu a ka ọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. N'ụbọchị nke taa bụ ụbọchị afịa orie n'ala Igbo. N'ụbọchị nke taa bụ ụbọchị akara aka. Ụbọchị nke bụ ụbọchị nke onye ndu bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, onye ndu ga-abịa ụlọ nke ọkaikpe n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ka o si dị, anyị na-ekene unu rinekunu si wee na-esola na Eastern News 24 dịka unu ya ege ya bụ ihe Biafran Prime Minister were gwa anyị, and dịka anyị na-eche ka onye ndu wee bịa na ụlọ nke ọkaikpe. Anyị ga na-enyekwa unu update gbasara maka ka o si aga, mana unu ya egegodi ya bụ ife. Anyị na-akpọkwa ya morning tea n'iru akwụkwọ. Unu ga-esi ya bụ ife, and unu ga na-eche ka anyị wetakwa unu more update concerning ka ya bụ ife si aga na Federal High Court Abuja. All right, over to you, sir.
In the path of truth and nothing but truth. The people of God, we can never ever be threatened or subdued to abandon our faith, belief, and origin. We will never succumb to threat, never succumb to terrorism. We will never abandon whom we are in order to please few people. We will also never work against our own. Israel, no matter the predicament Israel is going through today, they remain part of us. And I'm here not just to uphold the true identity of the Biafra people, not just to follow the footsteps of our ancestors, but to make sure that history will remember us in due time. We have seen the paradigm shift after the recent attack against Israel on the 7th of October, terrorist attack. And that terrorist attack, whoever supporting evil, not just evil, but supporting terrorism. It was a pure terrorist attack on Israel, killing innocent women and children. And there you see countries like Nigeria aiding and supporting Hamas for that terrorist attack on the 7th of October. I am not here to defend Israel on the right of Palestine to self-determination, on the right of Palestine to independence or whatever. But I'm here to stand with Israel and condemn the terrorist attack on Israel. It can never ever be accepted. It is unacceptable. Killing children, abducting women, raping them, butchering them in the street of Israel, as we witnessed on the 7th of October, will go down in the history, and those who support this evil will never have peace in their various countries. Mark it. Today, they are planning attack on Israel in Nigeria. You know, one thing about this whole politics, evil politics going around in the world today, is that many people lack information. People don't actually know what is going on around them. Like, many do not understand there is something called Israel in Nigeria. And when you make a post calling the attention on Israel in Nigeria, many people will be asking, which one is Israel in Nigeria again? There is a serious planned attack against Israelis in Nigeria. The Israel ambassador, the Israeli embassy is under serious threat. Their life remain in imminent danger. And of course, the reason we are making this public is because whenever we expose the terrorist government of Nigeria, they will always go into panicking, and that will also truncate the plan to execute the terrorist attack against Israel in Nigeria. By this singular exposition, their camp is already in disarray because they do not know where this information and intelligence is leaking from. So the planned attack, we have actually somehow truncated it. But that does not mean that they're not going to plan and they're not going to re-strategize and come back again. We are just making this particular space today to call the attention of Israel in Nigeria and assure them that so long as we exist in Biafra land, there is a safe place for them to be evacuated to immediately if there is any attack against them in Abuja. Biafra land, the old eastern Nigeria, there is a safe place for them. We will evacuate them from Abuja within 4 hours of notice. Do not take this particular intel for granted, because it will happen. We may not be able to get the second intel when they plan the second attack. For this particular first attack, believe me, the exposition may have destroyed their intention and the intent to commit terrorism against Israel in Nigeria. And for those who don't know history, this is not the first time Nigeria government and Nigeria state are attacking people inside Nigeria on the issue of Israel and Palestine. This is not the first time. There is a history of terrorist attack whenever the conflict in the Middle East escalates. The people, the Biafrans in the northern Nigeria, have always made to pay the price of what is happening between Israel and Palestine. So when I come here to speak, I am speaking to maintain integrity, the trust of the ancestors of the Biafra people. They have killed enough Biafrans in Nigeria whenever Israel and Palestine conflict escalate. And I want to inform all of us today that since the history of killings of Biafrans in the northern Nigeria, this year, or this particular conflict, is the only one in the history where Biafra has not been attacked and their businesses destroyed in the northern Nigeria. We are not going to deny who we are. And that is why it is very imperative for people to understand we can never be in one country, because they see us as the Jews. And we are the Jews. We're not denying being the Jews. And that's why we can never be part of an entity like Nigeria. And today, they use gun and the barrel of gun to force us into being one country. The message I have come to pass across to Nigeria, the terrorist state of Nigeria today, is that if any Biafra is killed this time around in the northern Nigeria, in the name of Israel is fighting Palestine, or in the name of Iran has launched attack in Israel, and any Biafra is killed in the northern Nigeria, or their business is destroyed, and people butchered as usual, they normally do, we will cut Nigeria into two. Those who understand what I mean know what I mean. We will cut Nigeria into two to start with. And those that will be the side of the southern Nigeria will be made to face the music. This is not the time. You use what is happening in the Middle East to kill us in the northern Nigeria. We will continue to stand with Israel. The Jews are us, and we are the Jews. We become an inseparable, and because we find ourselves in amalgamation of Nigeria, will not make us to deny who we are. A lot of people will say that Israel doesn't need help. We have have made it very open. We will offer the Israeli government, when the war goes to the ground troop, needing the ground troop, we will offer 15,000 men to Israel. The Biafra government is ready. We know that the war is still going on there, with the rockets and all that. But whenever it gets to the ground troop, when ground troop is needed, Biafra will provide 15,000 men to support Israel. A lot of people will say, you protect yourself first. We are protecting ourselves. Are you not seeing it? Have you not seen how we protect ourselves? Have you not seen that for the very first time in the history of the Islamic State of Nigeria, the people shouting for Biafra is being declared wanted? Tag the terrorists. Have you not seen it? It means that we are fighting and also protecting ourselves. It is not easy for them to kill like they usually do. So they have seen that the new generation of Biafra are those you don't mess around with. So do not worry. If you are not a Biafran and worried about us promising 15,000 men to Israel when the time comes for the ground troop, don't worry about us. Worry about yourselves, who is being butchered in your various localities in Nigeria. Worry about yourself, whom your people are living in IDP camp in the Middle Belt, in the northern Nigeria, in the southwest. Don't worry about us. We are not in IDP camp. For the fact that Biafrans are not living in IDP camp means that we are protecting and defending ourselves very well. And today, we can boast of over 130,000 men. The Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Resistance Fighters. All we lack is more weapons. That's all. We will overrun Nigeria when the time comes. So do not worry about the pronouncement of 15,000 men to Israel when the time comes. The reason you have not seen the heavy impact of the Biafra forces is something that I will not share here. So if you hear us making this pronouncement, do not worry about us, especially if you are not a Biafra. Worry about your region, worry about your state, worry about your people that have been displaced by Nigeria-sponsored terrorism, that have been displaced by all the terrorists that have invaded Nigeria, and your only concern is what the Biafrans are doing and how they are fighting their freedom. We are people of God, people that have covenant with God, God of Israel, God of Moses, God of Elijah. These are the people we are. So you cannot believe what we believe in. We have different beliefs. We have different religion. The covenant of God remains the covenant of God. So do not worry about us. Worry about yourselves that have been subdued by the Nigeria terrorism. You have been subdued by the terrorist state. You have been subdued by the terrorism of the Nigerian state. You have been subdued by the terrorist organization called Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police, and all other Nigerian security agents. They are all terrorists. You have been subdued by them. So you don't have the right to even ask questions. You don't have the right to protest. If you don't like anything they are doing, you get killed. So we are not accepting that particular threat as subjugation or subdue. We don't accept it. You can't subdue Biafra people. And that's what you people, many of you don't like. Today, in Enugu, a repentant Boko Haram who was recruited into Nigerian military lynched a woman in the barrack. Of course, they will come to deny as usual. You think they will come and accept it before? You think that the Nigerian terrorist organization called Army will come and say, oh, we did, yes, we are investigating it. The guy, he was a Boko Haram and he killed the woman. No, they will deny up to the last minute. Even in the Okuma community, when they went there to attack the community, burn the community down, did they not come to deny it? They were the ones sharing the video to prove what brutality they have meted to the people of Okuma community. When the heat get too hot, they denied it. They deleted the posts they made. So who doesn't know Nigerian army as a terrorist organization? It means that you don't know the history of Nigeria. Biafra has come. And this year, the declaration of Biafra is happening. After that, we will have the right to do anything as a government. Believe me, after this year, it can never remain the same. So let them escalate whatever they are doing in the Middle East so that the eye of the world will be out of Nigeria. I will be here to also answer questions to those who may have some relevant question pertaining the security threat on Israel in Nigeria, and of course, the proposal for the Biafra government to provide 15,000 men whenever the time is right for the ground troop if Israel need it. Thank you. And the media team, you can take charge from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ebo PM. Minister of Information, please come up.
Yes, they will Muchineke, they will Prime Minister. What a good leader will do in time of war is to give hope and assurance to the people. That is what you've just done. And the Biafran people are very happy to have you as their Prime Minister because you have just done what a leader is supposed to have done. Biafra stands with Israel from now till eternity. Yes, my minister, Vam, we are here again. Over to you, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Minister of Information. Greetings to our Abatobie, Atakata Bosia, our Uno of Biafra land, Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We appreciate you, Mazi. And fellow Biafrans and friends of Biafra and the media and journalists that are watching right now, please, we're going to be bringing you in. As I bring you in, please, do not hesitate to raise your hands and bring very relevant questions to the Prime Minister as regarding the topic we have here, and immediately you are going to get answers. And please note that you have just 60 seconds to do that, as we have almost 1,000 people, close to 1,000 people watching right now and participating in this space. Please, as you're coming in and you have a very relevant question as to what is happening right now and how we are related to this, please bring your question up, and you have 60 seconds to do that. We already have people in the room, and let me quickly start with Ifeanyi Madumere. Ifeanyi Madumere, even though your hand is not up, I just pick you, and while I wait for others to raise their hand, you have 60 seconds. If you have a question, please go ahead and bring it.
Yeah, I greet everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Honorable PM, I greet you. My question is this. It goes to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is there any mechanism too in securing that facility, that arena where he's been held, should in case if any of these interior plans is also geared towards that environment? That's my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any issue about our leaders' detention is something very sensitive at this point, and for that reason, I will not address it. But let me tell you, Biafrans are ready to secure him and rescue him from that place. He was the one, and he's still the one delaying us. Thank you.
I'm sure you got that last the answer he gave you, which you should also begin to ponder upon. And we move. Thank you. Please quickly bring your question. Rage and Fury. Please, You have 60 seconds to do that.
All right, thank you very much, my people. Greetings. My name is Regis Fury. I'm a proud local Biafra. And first, before I ask my question, I want to say a very big thank you to the Biafra Agbadagu, that is the Biafra Thunder, that strikes the zoo from all corners, you understand. Thank you very much, sir, for the great work you are doing for us. On behalf of all the Soko and Urubu Biafra, I want to say we are pleased with what you are doing for us, and we are totally behind you. Thank you very much. My question is this. If US are aware that Nigeria is funding Hamas, and how does the US see Hamas? Do they see them as terrorist organization or what? And if US is aware that Nigeria is funding Hamas, why US is funding Nigeria? Because we see the evidence when they supply their weapons to Nigeria to come and keep us in Biafra, and our army neutralize them and seize those weapons. So those are my questions, my Prime Minister. I don't know if you can answer.
Thank you very much. US is aware of everything. Everything. Are you surprised? Is it not the same US that has sent almost how many $1 billion to Iran? Are you not aware of that? The same Iran is now attacking Israel. The same America turn around, want to stop Iran. That is where I made a tweet in the afternoon. If you go there, you will see America is funding the people that turn around to kill their own citizens, or that will kill their own citizens. That's what is going on. And this is being spearheaded by Obama. When Biden was coming to power, we warned that he is not going to be the president of America. That it's going to be somebody like Obama that will be behind the scene. And every policy you see today is the policy of Obama, pro-Islamic State. First, I want to share a story of how ISIS was created. Many of you do not know how ISIS was created. ISIS was created from the war in Syria. Now let us go back to the time of Gaddafi in Libya. What happened to Gaddafi? America funded, under Obama, funded the rebels in Libya to remove Gaddafi from power. America pumped, under Obama, pumped weapons to North Africa. They were supervising it. They were blockade. They closed the airspace. They declared no fly zone. And they were using the Mediterranean Sea, shielding these rebels who they don't know who they are. But you know, the people funding them knows who they are. But the average American, average European do not know who they are. They funded people they know nothing about. What happened? They succeeded in killing Gaddafi. After they killed Gaddafi, what happened? The entire weapon was moved to the Sahel region of Africa. From Sahel region, they moved it to the West African, to Nigeria. Boko Haram began to use the weapons that America supplied to rebels in Libya. So the war was not actually about Libya. It was about the destabilization of North Africa, which will further give birth to what you see today, Boko Haram weapons everywhere. That is one. Has Obama apologized to Africa for that? Are you going to compare the time of Gaddafi and now? The answer is no. So what is the essence of arming rebels in Libya? Now, can you just answer me? Can somebody explain the reason for funding army rebels to kill Gaddafi in Libya? It is to destabilize Africa. That's number one. Number two, when the war of Syria started, before the war of Syria started, it is the same thing they did in Libya that they wanted to do in Syria. They funded and armed rebels in Syria. They said, oh, we're not going to go Our ground troop will not go there. So who are you funding? Who are you giving arms to? They don't know. But some of them know who they are. It was from there. Those people that supplied arms to Obama, supplied arms to Syria, splitted into three. One of them become the ICC today. The other two engaged the Syria, engaged the NATO. The other one fought alongside with Assad, the Syrian government, and Russia came to help them. As that was going on, Turkey was buying oil from the ISIS. One of them who controlled the oil in Syria. And Russia was not happy with that. Several times, if you all can remember when the aeroplane was shut down. And Russia accused Turkey of buying the gas from ISIS in order to fund them. This was going on. Everybody, those who were interested in reading what is going on, know what I'm talking about. That was how ISIS came on board, using America's arms supplied by Obama. So Donald Trump came. Many of us who understood what is going on and how Donald Trump can stop this nonsense, we supported Donald Trump. We supported Donald Trump because he was the right man then. But many people was calling Donald Trump a racist. He hates blacks. We saw beyond that. We saw beyond a man who was just abusing blacks. It was not just about abuse. We saw something beyond abusing blacks. And by the way, was there anything he said about blacks that were not true? Is there anything he said about Nigerian criminals that were not true? Is it that Nigeria is a shithole? Is it a lie? Or is it because it was coming from him? So, nobody can come out and say what Trump said was a lie. But why was a white man saying it? Why is it was a white man who said it? That was the problem. And that is the hypocrites. Political correctness that we see ourselves today. It has destroyed the human dignity, the morality we have as a people. You are saying it. You are wrong. You are the wrong person to say it. We supported Donald Trump because of that. And when he came on board, what happened? ISIS disappeared. Donald Trump dealt with them. And Obama structure for the Islamization was truncated by the policy of Trump. Many people don't. This I'm telling you today, please go back and reflect and see what I'm telling you. Everything was truncated by Donald Trump foreign policy. ISIS was wiped away. From Iraq to Afghanistan, Taliban, to Syria, everywhere was calm. And then they used media to destroy Donald Trump, just like they are trying to destroy me. They use media. Every media was against Donald Trump. They tell you he is sick, he is too flamboyant. Is it sickness? Is it flamboyant we are talking about? We are talking about the foreign policy that have restored peace globally. He went as far as even talking to the North Korea. He visited there. There was a process of restoring peace globally. And then Obama and their multinational corporation came back again and started campaigning for Joe Biden. We warned the Americans. They say it was not our business. What's our business in American politics? We warned them. And this is what is to come. Today, all of them are crying. All of them are crying for Donald Trump. All of them are crying that Joe Biden is this and that. That is exactly what is going on today. Joe Biden administration funded Iran up to $6 billion or more than $6 billion. The same Iran is attacking Israel. The same America is defending Israel against Iran. What does that tell you? So if you ask a question about how America is funding Nigeria, it is kind of funny. Because these are people who have ulterior motive that only them know. And like I said, there is somebody behind the scene, and the person is Obama. Obama is Biden, Biden is Obama. So the question of what they do and give money or aid to these countries is just for formality. They turn around, use that money to fund the attack against the American people. And that is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. The same American general came to the Sahel region. He was making comments about Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, ISWAP, that it is only in Nigeria that have been able to work together. And what they are looking for is to make Nigeria a safe haven so they can now begin to attack the West and America. And he said they are very sure that this is what they want to do, but they don't know when this particular attack is going to start. The same America today can watch how Hamas came to Nigeria, and a platform was given to the leader of Hamas, and the land has been allocated to them in the northern Nigeria to mine Californium to raise money to fight against Israel. The same America is watching Biafra, see how Biafra is going to do. Instead of them to arm us, we are not Islamic rebels. But you see, because we carry Bible like them, they will not arm us. Because we are peaceful like them, they will not arm us. They rather arm Taliban. They rather arm terrorists in Libya. They will arm rebel terrorists in Syria. But when it comes to Christians, they will never arm you. So what are they trying to let you know? They are trying to let you know that you must be radical before you can get the attention of the world. Go and ponder on what I have just said today. Have you seen them arming all Islamic rebels around the world? But when it comes to Christian rebels, if they call us rebels, because that's what they call us. When it comes to Christian separatists, they will let you to suffer. They will allow you to kill yourself for 30 years, like they did in Sudan. In Sudan, North and South Sudan, 30 years of fight before they now say, come and have your freedom. But when it comes to Islamic rebels, you will see America funding them. They did it to Taliban. Everybody knows the history of Taliban. It was to use Taliban to fight Russia. It failed. They have done it to Libya. It failed. They did it to Syria. It failed. But when it comes to Christians, us, we are Christians. We believe the same faith with America. We have the same constitution with America. We believe in human dignity with America. They will turn back on us. So, and the person engineering this current American policy is Obama, pro-Islamic state. Thank you.
Please, my Prime Minister, in 30 seconds, please. I don't know if I can speak in 30 seconds. Well, from what you just explained, sir, I now realize that America in secret is funding terrorists to take over people's land so that they can form alliance with these terrorists after the terrorists have conquered and take away the resources of the people. That is my understanding. But I want to say to America and Britain that no matter how thick the darkness is, it cannot overshadow the light. The light is the truth. And what makes you a powerful nation is your ability to defend the truth, not the amount of the weapons of war that you have. But if America has chosen under Joe Biden to turn their back against the truth, to turn their back against justice, this will mark the beginning of America and Britain's fall. Thank you very much, my Prime Minister, for the explanation. God bless you, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rage and Fury. And I can feel the rage in you there. Thank you very much. We move, and I appreciate our Prime Minister. That was a very detailed explanation, and even the deaf could hear it. That packaged truth that cannot be covered. Thank you so much. And then we'll go very fast. Please, 60 seconds to you. Mazi, Gina, and Merem, please quickly bring your question. 60 seconds.
Okay, good evening, my Prime Minister, Prime Minister of the Biafra people. We greet you, sir. We are seeing your hard work, and thank you so much for standing up for this wonderful, for our wonderful brothers Israel. And I just want to say, ask you something, please. can you please pardon us and tell the people that doesn't know the relationship between Biafra and Israel? Can you please share more light about the relationship between us? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. As everybody who may, or those who may not understand the relationship between us and Israel, we are the descendants of the Jews, and we are part of the Jews of Africa. A lot of people, a lot of researchers have actually said that Israel came from us, that the Jews came from us, and that we are the original Jews. So there has been a lot of research, and scholar opinion about Biafra, the descendant, the people of the gods. So we are, I would say, the original Jews. And having said that, during the time, even before the Biafra War, the state of Israel participated, although that time they played the double standard of supporting Biafra and at the same time supporting Israel. They're supporting Nigeria. And I wouldn't blame them, because they worked based on the information available to them as at that time. But now, a lot of secret is out. So they wouldn't do that double standard again. During the time of the Biafra-Nigeria war, over 50 Israeli Jewish organizations supported Biafra, because they have come to understand that indeed we are the people of God, the descendants of Jews, like you have them in Ethiopia. It is only in Biafra land that Nigeria succeeded in ridiculing the Jews, the Biafra people. But in Ethiopia today, for example, they recognized the Ethiopian Jews. But Nigeria and the Britain worked tirelessly to ridicule us before any person, before any government in the world. They ridiculed us. They told them very bad things about Biafra, and in quest to silence and block whoever that will wish to help Biafra to gain independence from Nigeria. So the war we are fighting is the most difficult, the most complicated, the most difficult task. And our freedom will come like no other freedom in the history of mankind. That's why we understand the complexity of fighting for our freedom to exit Nigeria. So, in a nutshell, the answer to your question, or to address the people, is that we, the Biafra people, are the people of Jews. And we are the descendants of Jews, and we are the black Jews, just like you have them in Ethiopia. And the Ethiopian Jews, for example, were recognized by the Israeli government, and they can travel to Israel without visa. They are treated just like them, one of them in Israel, but not the people of Biafra, because Nigeria and Britain made it possible to block that particular opportunity and possibility. But we are not going to give up. We know that in time to come, we are not going to look for them, they will look for us. Just like today, as this war is going on, we know that now it is just a technological war where the drone is doing its job, they are firing rockets and all that. But the time will come when they are going to need the ground troop. Biafra will offer them 15,000 men. It may even increase, to show that we will never forget our roots. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I'm so happy with your wisdom. Thank you so much. And I'll say, talking about recognizing Jews in Ethiopia, I also want to tell you, sir, in Aguled, I'm from Anamo. and I was born and brought up in Aguleri. In Aguleri, there is a place called Enugu Aguleri. That Enugu Aguleri is where Eri was buried. If you want to our listeners, go to Genesis chapter 46, verse 16. You will see where Bible mentions Eri left Egypt. So let me not go far from that place. So every year in Aguleri we celebrate Eri Day, and in that day, Israel people used to come there. Some dwarf people used to do some rituals, and that place that Eri was buried. There's one tree that have three fruits. That is Trinity. That tree grew up where it was buried.
And by the only name consciousness or any name. Nirapo. Edeke iso wege ya bife inurie the ballon the gentle lion who was in Nirapo. No basing tata no. Ozo the kibi ya bo. Kefi were iku basta ya bife ndani no who was in Nirapo. Folk would didn't okura the cosi the kefi were iku basta ya bife. Drop wire on the comment section below. Chitakwe ya Eastern News 24 kaisi wene wotado no pozi ya dokempa. Dano no mundem gwan kemesian.